to the lab. Hope you enjoy your stay. Entertainment is on the way. Crank with the speakers. Don't touch the baker's giveaways every week. Please take a seat, but alone into the edge. Welcome. Is you looking for string or something you want growth in? Why would you throw a bit of raids? It breaks my brain. Here, you know what? Let's ease the tension a little bit. I'll tell you about the weirdest, sort of funniest raid that I ever did. All right, this is back like a year into streaming. I raided every single day. And I basically tried to butter up whoever I raided so that every single day I would raid them, I'd follow them and be like, hey, nice to meet you, stuff like that, just trying to meet another person. And then, you know, maybe they would follow me back, and I would try to like build up brownie points. That was my strategy at the time. Didn't work at all. But I had like 7 viewers, maybe 10. I finished a stream and I raid a guy. And I pop into his chat and we're like, hey, da-da-da-da-da-da. No response. Hey, nice to meet you, ba-ba-ba-ba. No response. A couple people leave. And then I hear like fumbling, like he's putting on a headset, and he goes, hey. I was like, hey, buddy, what's up? And he goes, why are you here? Well, at the end of my stream, I always raid somebody. I was trying to meet new people. How's it going? And he's like, and then like I hear someone else who's like on headset apparently, and this other dude on headset is like, hey, what's going on? Like he sounds high as a kite, and he's like, I just got a raid on Twitch, and the guy's like, oh, sweet. How much money did you make? Bro, I was like a friggin' Nord in a skooma din. I was out of there so fast. Dude, I was just like, what is this? Like, why are you on why are you here? Why are you streaming? Why are you on Twitch? Friggin' why are you here? Like, dude, that was one of the most awkward, like, cringy ones. Like, that one didn't, like, hurt my feelings or anything. I was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, so that was memorable just in a WTF kind of way. Discord Omegle Knight? I don't know. That was an odd one, though. All right. Anyone else? So usually I end my stream 20 minutes from now. I'm probably going to skip variety tonight because this is going for 3 hours and 20 minutes. But if anybody else has any questions, throw them at me right now. I'll knock them out if I can. Mark says, from your point of view, do you have any comments for a group of people thinking of streaming D&D games twice a month? Do I have any comments for it? Make sure everybody's on the same page. Like if y'all want to be PG, make sure everybody understands that. If y'all want to all have mics and headsets, mics and cameras, that's fine. Or if you've got someone who doesn't want a cam, they can have like a little, like, I've seen some D&D streamers have like a paper doll of their character, like an artwork of their character, and the character just kind of bobs when they talk, or has like a glowing border when they talk, something to make it obvious who's talking. I think, is Roll20 the website where you can like play D&D on screen and it's easy to see it on stream? I think it's something like that. I mean, a lot of it goes into planning. I would say the D&D, D&D on stream, just like D&D on pen and paper, most of the work is up to the DM. Everyone else is kind of just enjoying the show. The DM is doing the heavy lifting. So, I mean, as long as you're all on the same page, it's not that bad. But... would you still raid people you know when you see them live once you end your stream? On occasion. Here, another thing. Okay, so Cold Mystery. Another thing I didn't think of a few minutes ago. Another reason that made me kind of stop. All right. Without saying who it is, because I don't want to burn a bridge. There was another streamer I frequently raided. I changed my schedule to a different time slot. And then, like, within a week, they changed their schedule to start right before I finished. And I was like, what the fuck? And I one of my mods was a really close friend of theirs, supposedly. And I messaged him. I was like, hey, I feel really weird about this. Does that make me odd? Like, it feels like they're just trying to use me or something. And she's like, she told me in confidence that she was changing schedule to try to get more raids. And I felt really used. Like, I had an amiable relationship with this person. Like, we were two streamers. We had done raids together. We had, like, I had raided them many times just because the schedule lined up. But for them to change their entire schedule to try to, like, milk more out of me, I felt, like, really used. And that was, so the whole, like, people asking me for raids just gives me PTSD of that. Like, I don't mind it on occasion, but, like, the fact that, like, somebody did that for her, I was just like, and honestly, like, again, if you get a big host or a big raid, you have, like, 10 seconds to get their attention, and then, before they leave. Like, I'm not joking when I say this metric, 90% of people that go through a host or a raid leave within, like, 10 to 20 seconds, unless you do something interesting right away. For me, I'm like, oh, welcome everyone. My name is Mucklet Douglas Bartholomew Reginald Esquire the Fourth. I welcome you all to and usually the reaction I'm shooting for is, what? And they usually maybe laugh and they stick around to see, like, what the heck is this auctioneer guy talking about? Yeah, that's what I shoot for. Everybody's got something. You know, some people talk fast, some people jiggle. Maybe I should talk fast while I jiggle, whatever. But yeah, it's whatever. I've actually turned off the filters someday. You know, I've had people come in and I'm like, hello, I should turn this off. I'm scaring the children. You know, I basically put on a different show when it's a lot of first timers there until they get used to me. The only raid I want from you is Ring 2 Slothosaur training. Lol. Q Summit 1G. Oh my god. But yeah, anyway, so I had that.
Changing welcomes for Prime subs.
Mucklet Douglas Bartholomew Reginald Esquire the Fourth. This is Johnson Fitz the Third because you easy more to the lab. Hope you enjoy your stay. Entertainment is on the way. Crank up the speakers. Don't touch the beakers. Giveaways every week. Please take a seat, but you'll only need the edge. Thank you, Easy. Can't be upset about that. People change their schedules to get primetime viewing anyway. That was the primetime view, which just happened. Actually, it was worse for them because they were starting their stream at like midnight to 1 a.m. It was like literally they were just banking 100% on me. Like Anyway, you're saying I can't get upset about that. If that's true, I don't have to participate in it either, right? Like if they've basically admitted to someone who then told me, yeah, they changed their schedule because they were trying to get more raids out of you, I can just not do that. That's my choice. So yeah, it just made me feel really, really used. You may have answered this already, but how long did you stream before you came up with the full name? Was it immediately long or did you add names over time? No, it was just Muckluck, then it was like Muckluck Esquire, and then it was like Muckluck Reginald Esquire, and then I just kept adding a word. Every time I memorized the whole intro, I would add another word. And then there was one day I did the whole intro, which I just, I'll do it again. One day I did, Mucklet Douglas Bartholomew Reginald Esquire the Fourth. This is Johnson Van Simples the Third book. Was you Gigabit 101 to the lab. Hope you enjoy our stay. Entertainment is on the way. Crank up the speakers, but don't touch the beakers. Giveaways every week, but please take a seat. You'll only need the edge. My wife came in from the other room, who had nothing to do with this, and she put her hand on my shoulder and she leaned down. I thought she was about to give me a kiss on the cheek or something like this, and she was like, "You are driving me crazy. Do not make that any longer than it is right now." And then she left. She had nothing to do with this. And then she just left. So, yeah, who knows? If it wasn't for Lady Luck, it might be 3 times what it is now. I don't know. She stunted the growth. Yeah, it was the Bone Zone back then. Speaking of raiding, any chance you can carry me on a Kadim? Kadim is one of the few bosses I don't really do anymore because I really don't find it fun. It's more work than fun. And there's a lot of failing on that. So I don't really ever do Kadim. I don't know if I'll ever do Kadim again. It was the Bone Zone then? It was. One of these days I'm going to memorize the story and quote it as you say it. Lady Luck capped the Bone Zone. Yep, she capped it. She said no more. No more of that. Let's see. Is there any else? This is us. You're not doing anything back. Wait, someone said, can we get wooden potatoes on your stream for Q&A? I've talked to WP like 3 times ever. It's like I've got his DMs on Discord. I can reach him, but thing is I usually accept if people want to interview me or I do like a lot of the talking. I don't really do like interviews. That's just not the kind of content I put out. In fact, I have a really hard time like, oh yeah, can you tell me about it? And I'm just like trying so hard to not talk and let them say their piece without interrupting. So usually I don't mind being a part of like a collab or something, but like just trying to get famous people on the stream just for the sake of having famous people on the stream, I'm not sure what I would do. Why do you not play Weaver every day of your life? Because I don't like doing twice the work for half pay. Okay. Got through that stuff. More than one potato on the stream sounds amusing. Yes, one spongy potato and one wooden one. I can remember by even the time. Mark is a born podcast person, get a whole potato field. My biggest creator flex is that I recorded the Central Tyria completion videos for wooden potatoes. Weaver is no more, only Catalyst. Fun fact, I would not be streaming Guild Wars 2 if not for wooden potatoes. Some of you know this and some of you don't, but it is a short tale. When I was streaming 5 to 20 viewers. I think I was streaming Grim Dawn at the time. I had played Guild Wars 2 back when it first came out, and then I had gotten bored of it. And one of my friends sent me a link. Let's see, potatoes and minions Reaper, to a video called the Million Minions Reaper build. And he goes,
all right,
dude.
here comes the second cost of Rise.
And he goes, have you seen Guild Wars 2? The Necromancers can have like 100 pets now. And I was like, what? And he knows I love pet builds. And he sends me this video. This video of wooden potatoes abusing this trick where he had like 1 million minions was what got me to play Guild Wars 2 again. And then I got back into the game and fell in love with the game all over again. And like when I reinstalled the game, this didn't even work. This had already been fixed. This old bugged video is what made me start streaming Guild Wars 2 again. And then I got hooked on it because of its own merits. And now I am what I am in the Guild Wars 2 community. And it was because of this freaking video. True story. So, that's what got me. That was one of those weird little turning points. Bring back GW1 Minion Mancers? Yes. That's the old PvP lobby. Yeah, I remember it because I did PvP right after launch. Now they kicked everyone out of it. Now it's a VIP area. You're a Sprout then? I guess. This is gonna be a long YouTube video. Freaking almost 4-hour Q&A. Anybody else? I got a few minutes remaining before I go get a very tall glass of water. Jeeves the potato-rific. Oh, there's another potato in the chat right now. We did get through all the questions on the Discord, and we got through the ones that were sent to me anonymously. Your Baggy Waggies video is what made me get back to Guild Wars. Someone know the Baggy Waggies video. I love that vid. Can't wait to see the write-up of the site posting. Oh, great. One day I'll write an answer to your greeting. Read this as I'm doing another map completion. I've done full map completion, I think twice, maybe 3 times, but I think twice. I think I've done Ranger, Engineer, and Necro map comp, and that's it. How much H per day do you sleep, and why that low? Hours per day? I get about 8 hours of sleep. I get 7 to 8 hours of sleep per day. I usually get 7 to 8. So I'm doing okay. The thing is since I work 7 days a week, basically, I never really sacrifice too much sleep because I know I don't have a catch-up day. If the Guild Wars 2 innovate again, put us to play with the whole... This is a very tough sentence to read. If the Guild Wars 2 innovate Agena, put us to play with a whole party of at least with more than iChar, like in GW1. Do Y think what that would work in GW2? Yes. Do you recommend streaming a game you know your viewers won't watch in hopes of finding new viewers if you're sub 10 viewers? So, Moose, for you, that would probably be streaming something other than Guild Wars 2. I would probably do Windows shutdown. Hold on, I gotcha. There we go. Had to get through my Stream Deck. I think I waited too long to reintroduce variety, like non-Guild Wars 2 content back into my channel, and then a lot of people recoiled. So I would say if you're going to do it early. Like you can do the variety hour, you could do a variety day, whatever. You could do, you know, like 3 hours Guild Wars 2, an hour of variety, or like every Thursday I do variety, whatever. But get people used to it. Getting people used to it early is not a bad idea. But here's the thing. Like, for me, it took years. But there was a day I just flat out was just, like, I didn't want to play Guild Wars 2 that day. And then the next day, I went from, like, you know, 300 viewers to 100 because I was playing not Guild Wars 2. So the next few days, it really hurt my numbers. And unfortunately, you have to care about your numbers in this job. Do you have any kinds of doubts when you were in still new to streaming, and how did you deal with it? Not doubts, but constantly, like, I was constantly trying to improve. Like, every day, like, a new alert, a new banner, fix my audio, you know, a new voice meter, upgrade the streaming software. I tried every day to make the stream 1% better, and it would just compound over time. It would just get better and better and better and better and better. Like, doing this very Q&A was an idea I had just a couple days ago, and we tried it out, and honestly, I'm pretty happy with how it worked out. And, you know, we'll put it in the on the YouTube later on, and maybe it'll help some other people. Maybe they'll enjoy it. Heck, you know, this went really well. Maybe I'd do this, like, I don't know, once a month or something. It might be cool. Just kind of throwing ideas at the wall, see what sticks. But I never really had doubts, but I definitely, you know, was like hoping for more. I was constantly thirsty for more, you know, more viewers, more, you know, more videos, stuff like that. Thoughts on how soothing fishing is in general? I don't know if you mean real fishing or Guild Wars 2 fishing. I will say that having done both, Guild Wars 2 did a great job of capturing how monumentally boring real fishing is. So I guess good job there. Story time? No. What's your favorite part about streaming? Interacting with you guys. Also payday. Slightly related. It was your Druid video that led me to making my main of 2 years. Oh, nice. How do you stand out in a sea of other people streaming? Oh, try to do something. Okay, this is very difficult and it's much easier said than done. Do something different from them. So I think that my thing, if I have a thing that can be summarized, is I can take overly complicated information, make it easier to understand, sprinkle some jokes onto it, and shove it onto YouTube into your waiting mouths. No. I would say that's my thing. You gotta find something you can offer that makes people want to watch you more than someone else. Now that can be, you know a lot about the game. Mighty Teapot falls into this category. Wooden Potatoes too. They played the game for tons and tons of time. You know, if you're talking about like how to make money in the game, you know, the Cello Frag and Guild MM come to mind. You know, be very known for something. You know, another way is humor. Like I'm not always successful. I try to be funny. You know, sometimes it's my look, sometimes it's what I say. So you know, humor or attempts at it is something. You know, if you know, we talked about this earlier, but physical appearance, even if it's like a VTuber physical appearance, you know, so if you're nice to look at, or if you've got an avatar that's nice to look at, some people will join for that. I mean, it's a thing. It's a thing. You know, maybe streaming in a language that there's not enough people streaming in that language for. You know, maybe, I don't know, I'm making this up, but maybe there's a lot of Spanish-speaking Guild Wars 2 players that are hungry for another Spanish-speaking content creator. I have no idea. It's possible. You know, check that out. In Guild Wars 1, you control more than one character or a whole party. Yes. Oh, are you asking if Guild Wars 2 will ever let you control a whole party? I don't think so. It's not that type of game. It's hard justifying swapping games when you know you will lose everyone. I mean, I get it, Moose. I really do. I really do get it. And the thing is, if you don't feel like you need to swap games, you don't need to force yourself to swap games. But if you don't want, if this is a hobby for you, and you're not trying to make it an occupation, then value your happiness over the viewer count. However, if you're trying to make it be like an occupation someday, there will be days that you're doing something that you might not want to do because on those days it's work, you know? Now, I'm very fortunate that I love what I do, so it's work and play combined. But there are some days that you have to chase the numbers and you have to do something that, you know... Here's the thing. If you're on your own in your living room and you're just not in the mood to play Guild Wars 2, you could just have out play another game. But if you've got an audience, they're like, yo, what are you doing? You can't just leave Guild Wars 2. That game made you. You know, and just any time you leave the game, people are like, oh, how dare you? How dare you swap the games? So it's just different when you're on air. I think you'd have a main game with definitely a variety. Do you use Voice Meter? I used to, and then I messed it up and I couldn't figure out how to fix it, and I'm not right now. I don't have it right now. I know it's hard to implement something like that efficiently, but bring back more Guild Wars looks like a good idea. English is not my main language. Gotcha. I'm sorry if you felt bothered by me reading it weirdly. I don't think we need people control. The game is alive enough that we don't need entire parties controlled by one person in this game, so I don't think they will do that. The only time you can go full-time variety is in October, except you have to stream horror games on Twitch. I've got quite a few of them. Next week, the first hour, will be watching YouTube and Twitch drama. Oh, God. If you compare yourself to someone, it must be to yourself yesterday. I forgot who said that. That's a good quote. But yeah. I mean, yeah, if you are comparing that's a whole nother thing. But if you're comparing yourself to another content creator. So, when I started streaming, if let's say every day I was comparing myself to Mighty Teapot or Asmongold, oh my God, I would have never been satisfied with anything I accomplished. Oh man, I doubled my viewers from 3 to 6. I doubled them again from 6 to 12. Yeah, you're still 1/1,000,000th of Asmongold. I never would have been happy. But so yeah, you definitely, you cannot be continuing to compare yourself to others. Oh man, I'm not going to say their name. There is another Guild Wars 2 content creator that has messaged me multiple times. Like, you know, how do you feel about this person? How do I feel about that? I don't care. They're another content creator. They do their thing. I do mine. Like their content is not my kind of content, but I'm not their target audience. And they're like, you know, I don't think it's right that they. I'm like, okay. Why do we care? And they're like, well, I don't think. And I'm like, dude, I don't mean to like interrupt you here. Are we just ranting? Like, I'm the worst sounding board if you're just mad at another person. I am the worst soundboard. And I was just like, why are we doing this? And it was just like they were mad. To really TLDR, they were mad at another person's success. And the thing is, I get it. Like, that person, they had been in a rut for a while and they weren't growing or anything like that. And they were getting frustrated. And I get it. But talking to me about how mad you are at Sally over there isn't gonna friggin' help your situation. Also, I don't want to hear it. I don't care. So, yeah. What's the point of the Arborstone Arena? I didn't know Arborstone had an arena, honestly. I own parts of a river because my granddad used to fish restaurant here, and I dislike fishing. There you go. Hopefully you like swimming. Being at ease and confident with your equipment, at least enough to not troubleshoot during stream. Practice recording before streaming to verify and optimize setup is good practice. Yep. And I will also add on top of that, Wissam, that there will always be a day where something goes wrong that you did not expect. I had an issue the other day where I got a black screen in a program and I was trying to open the Windows Task Manager and it kept opening behind the black screen and I was fumbling with that for like 5 minutes on stream and I was very embarrassed by it, and someone in chat was like, I think if you hold the Windows key and an arrow button, you can slide it over to another monitor, and it worked. But yeah, I mean, technical difficulties that you don't foresee will happen. Like, I'm pretty sure that like Dr. Disrespect has like a tech nerd that just sits like 5 feet away, and anytime something happens, he's just like, fix it, like immediately. But the other 99.999% of people that stream cannot afford a pocket nerd. Pocket nerd. Who's the Giga Chad GW2 streamer? I think of Mighty Teapot as the largest Guild Wars 2 streamer. I think Wooden Potatoes might be able to pull more people than him, on some days, but Wooden Potatoes streams on YouTube most often lately, and Teapot streams like 12 hours a day every single day. I'm under the impression that Einstein said any intelligent idiot can make something more complicated. It takes a genius to make it simpler. Tried to do my engineering and project management around that quote. I had a boss in tech support, and he said, if you cannot explain something that you did to someone, to a customer in a simple manner, then you don't fully understand what you did. And that made me, that was like a harsh kind of come to Jesus moment. I was like, yeah, there's a lot of this stuff. I'm reading off the script for some of the things I'm doing, but I don't actually know like the science behind it. So, some people are successful streaming based on personality, ability, community vibe. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to become successful in streaming. Should I stream in one language, or would it be better to stream one day one language, second another language? Competing Yevyan, I would say do some experimentation to find out what gets you the best response, and then just focus on that one. Hi. Yeah, I know it's bedtime. So I would say you could do a language 1 stream, a language 2 stream, a bilingual stream, and then whichever one after a lot of testing, you could just tunnel vision on that one. So yeah. All right. Oh my God. Hang on. Begging. Cat break. I got chomped. Okay. If you're nibbling, I'm taking my hand back. Okay. The horror movies, you're talking about tricks. I think in that situation, you're also very difficult to give viewers the other language. Not a question. I want to let you know that thanks to your guide, a group of new strike pugs just powered through Canning Overlook. It was really cool. That's awesome, AJ. Thank you. I love hearing about that stuff. That's very, we were talking about this earlier. That is very fulfilling for me to get feedback like that. I love that. I think pointed out a certain arena, especially not a golem. Pakistan. Couldn't agree more with what Flute said in his raid. Have a second backup headset, keyboard, mouse, extra battery. They could all be super cheap. To have a backup is a little security to overcome that little glitch. Yeah, it depends. Yeah, it totally depends what's going on. Like some days, if you're having a really bad stream, it can be better to just be like, all right, guys, my mic is cutting in and out. I'm gonna go to Best Buy in the morning and get a new mic. We're just gonna call it early today. You know, some days it's better just to end the stream rather than have the next few hours have like really crappy audio or something. Depends on what's going on. What desk is that? Oh God, man, what is this thing called? I can show, hold on a sec. I think my wife ordered it from, my wife and I have separate Amazons, and I think she ordered it off Amazon, and I'm trying to remember what it was. Hang on a sec. I don't remember the model. I'll see if I can find it later on, but it's really cool. The entire top of the desk is mousepad. The whole desk is mousepad, and most importantly, it has a cup holder. That is there's the band hammer. It has a cup holder for Coca-Cola on the side. And yeah, I am a fan of it, and it was on my wish list for a while. And there was a day when I think it was like my birthday or something, when there was a lot of bits that day, and I told him I was going to upgrade the desk. But before this, I had a simple folding table. I had a folding table for like 2 years, and that was it. Exclamation PC has my hardware, but I don't have the desk on there. Let me go to that. Add desk to exclamation PC command. I'll see about getting that done soon. Okay, chat, y'all have been awesome. I did not expect this to be a 4-hour Q&A. Maybe we can do this more in the future. This was cool. I hope I answered some questions. I hope I gave some of you some peace of mind, that sort of thing. I'm going to play myself out now. If y'all happen to be new here, my name is Mucklight Douglas Bartholomew Reginald Esquire IV. I stream every single day over 1,400 days in a row. Hit the follow button if you want to join us again in the future. I will be back tomorrow. If I've got the energy for it, I'm going to do a stream tomorrow morning because my kids' spring break is finally over. Couple of plugs here. These are my YouTube channels. First one's got the edited content. The second one has the full playthroughs of all of the variety games I do. If you like to binge watch, they're sorted by playlist on there. Special thanks to the patrons, as always. Mwah! If you would like to help support the stream, Patreon is the best way to do it. There's a link to that in the chat. They get early access to videos as well as bonus content that nobody else sees, super secret stuff. And additionally, if you ever shop on Amazon, this is my referral link. It costs you nothing extra to use it, but by using that, you support the stream with every purchase you make. With that, hope you have a good night, sleep well, and I'll see some of you tomorrow.